Hello scholars, today we are starting chapter number 16, Freedom Struggle. The revolt of 1857 brought an end to the rule of the East India Company in India. Soon after, the country came under the direct rule of the British government. Lord Canning was appointed the Viceroy to carry out the administrative duties on behalf of the Crown. The 1857 revolt was entirely crushed by the British. The British government took over the administration of India. This was a huge blow to the Indians, and they realized the need to unite in their fight for freedom. At that time, Indian society had firm belief on traditional authority and customs, and was also ridden with many social evils. The Western education introduced by the British in India was showing its impact. The Western education brought increased awareness and a progressive attitude in the Indians. Indian people started acting and thinking independently. Many associations or organizations were formed. Large number of reforms took place. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Keshav Chandra Sen, Swami Dayanand Saraswati, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Narayan Guru, Mrs. Annie Besant, and Sir Syed Ahmad Khan were the major reformers who tried to remove social evils like sati, child marriage, and caste system from the Indian society. They also tried to uplift the status of women in society. They wanted to build a modern society. They began to form their own associations and institutions. Traders and businessmen opened modern mills and factories. Indians started their own schools. They held meetings to attract the attention of the rulers to their problems and needs. Everybody wanted freedom from oppressive British rule. Foundation of Indian National Congress. In 1885, Alan Octavian Hume, A.O. Hume, a retired civil servant, with the help of educated Indians, founded the Indian National Congress. The first session of Indian National Congress was held in Bombay in December 1885 under the presidency of Shri W.C. Banerjee and was attended by 72 delegates. Congress leaders like Dada Bhai Naoroji and Gopal Krishna Gokhale stood for the hopes and dreams of the Indian people. The demands made by these leaders were simple, like representation in the government, equal treatment in the army and civil services. These demands were expressed through peaceful means, and the leaders were thus called moderates. On the other hand, leaders like Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Bipin Chandra Pal were regarded as extremists because of their overall aggressive and strong actions. The Lal Bal Pal trio believed that India must achieve Swaraj or self-rule and not be ruled by anyone. Other prominent leaders during the freedom struggle included Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and Vallabhbhai Patel. Moderates and extremist groups. In the early years of Indian National Congress, the moderates were in charge of both demands of the party as well as the execution of its action programs. Moderates such as Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Dada Bhai Naoroji, and W.C. Banerjee believed in constitutional methods to bring about social reforms. They would therefore make appeals and send petition to the British government to put forth their demands. This approach, however, was not successful, since all their demands were consistently turned down by the British. Some younger members of the Congress like Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Bipin Chandra Pal were unhappy about this approach. These were called the extremists because of their strong actions. According to them, a national movement could become successful only through a firm, strong, and aggressive approach to get their demands fulfilled. They felt that the people had to secure their rights by fighting and by being organized. Through his newspapers, Keshri and Maratha, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, who was also known as Lokmanya Tilak, reached to common people and made them aware of their rights. He declared that freedom is my birthright and I will have it. He also encouraged people to celebrate Indian festivals like Sarvajanik, Ganeshotsav and Shivaji Jayanti. Sarvajanik means community celebration, and Shivaji Jayanti was celebrated as birth anniversary of Chhatrapati Shivaji. To foster brotherhood and bring about pride for the country among the Indian people. Let us study about the British policy of divide and rule. The increasing unity among the Indian people made the British feel very insecure. They started using various tactics to bring about hatred and discord among the countrymen. One of these were the policy of divide and rule, with a view to create more tension among the Indian people. The British adopted the policy of divide and rule on the basis of Hindu and Muslim population in Bengal. In 1905, Lord Curzon announced the partition of Bengal into East Bengal for the Muslims and West Bengal for the Hindus. The reason for this given by the British was to have better administration of the two partitional provinces. The people, however, were well aware that the real reason behind this was to divide them on the basis of their religion. The Indians were naturally outraged at this and strongly opposed the move. They all came out with one voice and Vande Mataram as the national cry. The British were forced to reunite Bengal in 1911 because of the united retaliation of the people. The Swadeshi movement and its impact. The extremists came forward and launched the Swadeshi movement, urging the people to use only indigenous goods, that means using goods made in India only, and called for a total boycott of the foreign goods. Slowly, khadi and the charkha became strong symbols of nationalism. People openly burnt foreign goods to express their anger. This movement swept the country and all Indians pledged to use only indigenously made or Swadeshi goods. The Swadeshi movement also helped the revival of the domestic industry, creating Indian-made products. Swadeshi and boycott changed the tone of the national movement. The revolutionaries, peaceful agitations and boycotts did not affect the British rulers. Meeting force with force became a popular way among the youths to gain quick freedom. Such people were called revolutionaries. Two young boys, Prafulla Chaki and Khudiram Bose, fired at a British officer. Khudiram Bose was only 15 years old, arrested and hanged. Chandrasekhar Azad was a great revolutionary. Some people started working from other countries for the freedom of India, like Madame Kama went to Geneva and published a newspaper called Vande Mataram. The people from Punjab who had settled in America formed the Ghadar Party to help the revolutionaries in India. Narendra Nath Chattopadhyay in Berlin, Raja Mahendra Pratap and Maulana Barkatullah went to Kabul to guide the freedom movement. Lala Hardayal led the movement in San Francisco, USA. During the First World War in 1914, Indian soldiers sided with the British and fought bravely. In return, they got no rewards, but instead the British imposed more taxes on them. This too added to the displeasure of the people. After the death of Lokmanya Tilak in 1920, the reins of the national movement passed on to Mahatma Gandhi. In 1915, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi or Mahatma Gandhi, a lawyer, returned to India after a long stay in South Africa. There he helped the Indians and showed them a new way of fighting injustice. He believed that there is always a peaceful way of doing things through truth, non-violence and satyagrah. For the next 30 years, Mahatma Gandhi led the struggle for freedom. Now we have reached to the end of the chapter. So let us revise what we have studied in this chapter number 16, Freedom Struggle. We have studied that the meaning of nations includes all people speaking a common language, having common cultural traditions, and living within a defined geographical area. India is a vast country with a multiracial, multilingual, and multi-religious population. India's struggle for freedom from the British rule started with the outbreak of 1857 revolt followed by civil rebellion. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Keshav Chandra Sen, Swami Dayanand Saraswati, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Narayan Guru, Mrs. Annie Besant, and Sir Syed Ahmad Khan were the major reformers. In 1885, A.O. Hume, a retired civil servant, with the help of educated Indians, founded the Indian National Congress. Tilak tried to draw the common people and the youth of the country into the struggle for freedom. He wrote against the British Raj in his paper Kesari and Maratha. The partition of Bengal was announced in 1905. The Swadeshi movement started against the partition of Bengal. Swadeshi helped the Indians and showed them a new way of fighting injustice. I hope you have understood the chapter. Do the reading of the chapter and complete your written work of exercises, question answers, and worksheet. Thank you.